What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Reese Johnson. I'm back with a video. Today I want to talk about community policing and versus the law enforcement that's going on. There's a difference between law enforcement and community policing. Now, hear me out. Check this out. When you think about what goes on in a lot of the white communities, they are community police. They are the logo there is protect and serve. In the black community, the policing is law and order, enforce the law. Two different things. Law and order, serve and protect. Now here's the funny thing. Both of those are definitions of the law enforcement and our policing. Think about it. Both of them. So neither one of them are wrong. But in other communities, such as the black community, the law is enforced, and in the white communities, they are protected and served. So there's two different type of law enforcement going on. Now, if you want to talk about if you want to talk about what they say police reforming, it's going to start with the idea of protecting and serving and enforcing law and order when it needs to be enforced. I live in a close-knit community. I'm one of very few black people that lives in my community. And I'm fortunate enough to be literally next door neighbors to the chief, the chief, or whatever they call him, either the chief or the whatever he is. I know he's a high ranking in the police station in the little town I live in. I'm fortunate enough to be his next door neighbor, right? The cops in this community know the people and their kids. So if something happens with one of their kids, they protect and serve. So they're able to either go to the parents or call the kids out by name and help them in whatever situation they're in. Even if they doing something bad, if they having a bonfire backhand these sticks, they'll go put the fire out. They won't arrest any of their kids. They'll pour out the alcohol and tell them to go home, right? Now, in the black community, the law is enforced. Totally different thing. The police don't want to get to know you. You automatically guilty without any accusations. You already presumed guilty. When they pull you over or anything happen, if you have any narcotics on you, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna take you to jail. If you're driving with alcohol in your car, instead of pouring it out, they taking you to jail. If you are on in Philly, we used to sit on the block, on the corner, on somebody's step. If they roll up on you, they don't pour out your liquor, they take you to jail. So they're enforcing the law in the black community. In the white community, they're protecting and serving. Now, of course, in extreme cases, they would in the white community, yeah, they'll take you down there until you sober up or somebody come get you and you go home, hit you with a little fine, pay that fine, you don't have anything to worry about. In the black community, there's a whole system. You go to jail, most likely they trying to convert you into a felon. If you get a public defender lawyer, he's gonna try to tell you to cop a plea, which going by default, you giving up your rights to a trial, because they say if you go to trial, then it's a possibility you're going to get hit with this extent time, and they don't. And if they say, well, you can go home tonight if you cop this plea, or you go home in a couple months if you cop this plea, versus if you take it to trial, you're going to do 10 years. They're going to take the plea. They take the plea, make them a felon. Now, not knowing subconsciously and for the rest of their life that you actually converted yourself to a career felon, because now you can't get a job. You can't enter in society properly because people are going to turn you down because of your record. And now you got to go to extreme measures to provide for your family and even provide for yourself. And that's what happens. So We need to understand those two. And our lawmakers and people who's advocating in the communities, y'all need to understand this. There's a difference between what's going on in the black community and in the white community far as policing. You got two type of law enforcement. You got the one who's pushing law and order, and you got the one who's protecting and serving. Both of those definitions pretty much defines our law enforcement. But with both of those definitions, they able to break the line. They not break the line. They able to enforce it over here and able to protect and serve over there. Pretty much, y'all get what I'm saying, right? The black community needs help. It needs help with policing, police reform, and you can't tell me that these officers don't know what they're doing, because the officers in the other communities, they are doing it, and it's happening. Forget what people say about, yes, black on black crime is a thing, but this is what I want y'all to do. Look this up. More arrests. Black people are arrested more with traffic stops, meaning cops either pulling them over. Now, of course, that's going to happen in any hood because everybody driving, and most likely you're going to find some type of drug. You'll probably find some weed. You're going to find guns, and now people might say, well, why are they riding around with guns? Because there's drama going on in the hood. You don't want to get caught lacking. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle, unfortunately. The cycle is if you part of a block and the one block got into some drama, and it may not have nothing to do with you, but if your man is some drama, you're in drama by default because people know that you rode with him. So if they can't catch him, they're gonna catch you because that's your man. So you gotta carry a gun. You gotta carry a gun until you get out them circumstances or work your way out. Work its way out. You got to. So I need y'all to understand that, and unfortunately, a lot of black people, they move around so much in these neighborhoods. When they get served warrants, they don't know that they, have a warrant out for the arrest, and then finally when they get pulled over or something like that, and the cops see that they have a warrant, then now you're like, yo, where did this warrant came from? It happened to me. And these cops, the crazy thing about it, it was almost like they was searching for something. They was searching for something, some dirt on me, because they know, oh, he's black, he gotta have something, even though I got a clean record. Yes, I got into some drama back in the day that I had a warrant out for a simple assault, but that was so long ago. Like literally probably like 10 years ago, and they still arrest me over something that happened over 10 years ago. And the person that it happened with didn't press charges or nothing. They picked it up and they decided to try to give me 2 years in prison. Now, thank God, I had the money to go get me a nice lawyer to get me out of that. But I had to spend all this money to go get a nice lawyer. I went to jail. Shout out to my man DJ Sandrock who looked out and came and bailed me out. Went to my house, got the money that I had, and bailed me out. Man, I'm forever grateful for you, that brother. If you get to watch this video, and cause they was trying to keep me, and I ain't have nobody to go get get that money that I had to bail me out, other than him. And well, the funny thing about it was, for some reason his number was the only cell phone number I remember. And this crazy thing about, I don't remember nobody's cell phone number, and his number was the only number that I remember, right? But so I know that this happened. It happened to me personally. So 9 times out of 10, when these cops are doing these stops in the black community, they're going to find something. Something is going to come up where they have legal right to book you and take you to jail. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Now, here's the crazy thing. The same, hold on, man. The same thing happens in the white community. But guess what? A lot of times they don't take them to jail. They don't take them to jail. They get warnings and they get off. They get to go home and say, yo, don't do that again. They get, you know, chances and chances. That's called privilege. For the people, you know, who don't understand what white privilege is, that's called privilege. That's a privilege. That you have the opportunity to get a chance. Yes, you might be scared that you're getting pulled over by the cops, but you have an opportunity to get a chance because that cop, like, you know what? I know your family. I patrol this neighborhood. I see that y'all some good kids. Y'all, you know, y'all got into some nonsense. Go ahead. There needs to be law enforcement reform. We need community policing. We need policing in the black community where the police can know who's in the neighborhood, who's doing what. You need that. That would eliminate a lot of the drama that's going on in the black community between blacks and the cops. That will eliminate, you know, and put more people that look like us in our communities. You know, put people that understand the community in the community so they won't be quick to be afraid, sort of say, afraid for their life, and the first thing they grabbing is a gun. Why are you keep putting white cops who are afraid for their life in the black community? Put black cops in these communities. Teach them how to community police. Let me tell you something. I know for a fact. Now, you got black people out there that's, you know, that's like any race. That's, you know, they knuckleheads. They crazy. It's just like any community. But for the most part, black people ain't trying to harm no cops, and you don't see that. That's not a normal thing you see. Black people just don't mess with the cops. Why do you think we always running from them? That's our first instinct, is to run. Now, if we're running from you, that means we fear you more than you fear us. You have no right to shoot and kill a black man because he's running from you. I don't care how many warrants. If he got drugs on him, if he got a gun on him, if he's running from you, that means he is afraid of you. What are you afraid of your life for if you're chasing after him? How you are afraid when you're chasing after him? And you end up killing him, but now you saying you was afraid for your life. That blows my mind, because I'm thinking like, well, how can a person that is scared of me and afraid for their life chasing after me? Huh? Somebody help me make that make sense. If you are afraid of me, why are you chasing after me? You should be behind a car somewhere, or in your car calling for backup. You're not afraid of me. You're not afraid of me. You're a RoboCop who wants to earn some stripes by going to kill a black person and feeling achieved. But guess what? One day you want to stand before God. Yep. One day you're going to stand before God, and you're going to be judged for that. If this justice system won't hold you accountable, God will. Just know that. But there's some more stuff that I wanted to talk about, but this was a quick video, man. I didn't bring any notes, and I didn't prepare. I was kind of freestyling off, you know, some stuff that I thought about. But man, that just, you know, just think about it, what I just said, and I'll holler at y'all on the flip. All right, man.